Greetings, fellow keepers of the grove. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to episode 41 of Keepers of the Gauranlen Grove, which originally aired live on Twitch July 31st, playing version 1.3.3076. Let's get started. Nothing has actually changed about the rules for once. There was a little bit of an update. I think I covered it actually because this is yesterday's update. Yeah, this is yesterday's update to the added temperature tolerance and stuff like that. So the current project for here is defenses, if I could spell it. There we go. I was just saying that I think the absolute highest priority need of everyone, now that the Grove is kind of nice and being planned out and all that, is to get a proper kill box. I wanted to talk about that a little bit. Obviously, in a lot of my series, I either don't use a kill box at all, like the Wendigos, or I use a greatly reduced kill box, like my very last series with the Blades of Ragnarok. Essentially no kill box at all. In this version of RimWorld, Neuroquake is dramatically nerfed and much harder to use. It doesn't affect the whole map, it just affects a radius. And then also, because I would say ideology makes RimWorld overall harder, unless you min-max your ideologies. Now, there are some ideologies that are unbelievably powerful. For me, I think human supremacy is a ridiculously powerful one. Or human primacy, rather. Human primacy with the production specialist is so ridiculously overpowered, I can't even believe it. And I think it needs nerfing to honestly bring it back into balance. The reason why I think it's overpowered, the production specialist, when you have a production specialist, on average will create things one tier higher than it normally would be. So if you have like a level 20 craftsman that normally cranks out masterwork, they'll be making legendaries. They will be making legendaries constantly. Your entire community will be full of legendary weapons, legendary armor, legendary beds, legendary everything. It will be ridiculous. Human primacy is absurd like that. I would say that human primacy would be easy to balance if you just set it up so that you still had to have an inspiration for a legendary, and then it would be fixed. But currently, that is not the way it works, and it's ridiculous. But with that said, us being tree-connected druids, like a lot of what we have here, tree connection, and even to some degree another transhumanism, makes the game harder instead of easier, giving you additional difficulties. And the thing is, those difficulties aren't then offset by the fact of the game getting easier. I did mention this in the past, and I stand by what I said. I think that ideology is probably best enjoyed on a much lower difficulty, because currently, at its current difficulty, with these dryads, if I want to roleplay as a tree-connected dryad, I'm having to defend against triple launchers. It's very difficult to like be true. You know, if you wanted to be like a blind dryad druid thing, it would be damn near impossible. So I would say that a part of me feels like this game is best on low difficulty when you're playing sort of role-playing ideology. Speaking of which, yes. So in this instance, with Kadath making a masterwork toque, that would have been a legendary toque if he was human primacy production specialist. And that's a lot of yammering for me. So one of the things I did say is, oh, okay, this is not a wolf getting hurt by me. That's good. Is I do want to set up a bit of a kill box. I want my kill box to be in here, having all the enemies trudge through the marsh. And the trick with this, of course, is I can't cut down any trees. Again, adding additional difficulties to myself. But I can't cut down any trees, so as a result, I'm going to have to either drain the swamp and fill it in with concrete as it drains, or something like that. Yeah, you wasted a masterwork on a toque. Don't worry, someone's gonna wear it. Gray is gonna wear it. So welcome everybody. I have some puppy treats to hand out. Hey, buddy. And before I even started, Raptor Talon gave out 9 subs, and Shield gave out 3. So thank you for the early bird special there. Yeah, so if you haven't played Ideology yet, or you're currently playing Ideology, my formal suggestion to you would be to lower your difficulty. Play on an easier difficulty than you normally would play, unless of course your Ideology is min-maxed. If you are human primacy and you have if you're a human primacy and a supremacist, so human primacy gives you the production specialist, which is ridiculously strong, and then supremacist gives you shooting and melee specialist, which is also ridiculously strong. So a human primacy supremacist colony is like god tier. I've been messing around in my free time, as you can see, with these other saves, the Blue Bush Alliance, the Crorio kinship. You know, I've been playing, you know, not just this in my free time, so I could be more knowledgeable about it. And what I would say is the supremacist shooters and brawlers are like god tier, so god tier, you know. And then the production specialists are just absurdly ridiculous. You get someone that has a passion in construction, crafting, or art, and you put him as a production specialist, and just instantly everything is masterworks or better. It's actually very silly. I think it's silly. Oh, Pet Moriota, surely. So what would be the most broken ideology you could create? I would say human primacy, supremacist, collectivist. That'd probably be the most broken. And maybe proselytizer. With intense bigotry. To explain, collectivist gives you the work drive tripled. So it allows you to have some one specific person work a lot more, a lot faster, i.e. your production specialist. I would even say have 2 production specialists, one for construction, one for art, or one for crafting, one for art, something like that. If you had a art crafter, you could make so much money. In fact, if I ever in the future do an Arco Nexus run, this Archer Nexus where you have to make a total wealth, it would probably be at least a human primacy run, so that I could have the ability to crank out ridiculous piles of legendary art. In fact, that even brings me to a new thing. If you pair that with Royal Honor, you gain Psi Focus fastest when you pray at legendary art. There is no way to gain Psi Focus faster than legendary art. So having a Psi meditative weapon and praying at a bunch of legendary art with a focus point, which everyone has art focus, right? You can have an army of crazy powerful Psi casters. So I would say that's probably the most imbalanced. Now, with that said, it's also very, very hard to cooperate with the if we look at the factions here, the Shattered Empire will always have a loyalist collectivist proselytizer. So that means that anytime you invite you will constantly clash with the Shattered Empire because they're proselytizers who are bigoted. So they're very, very hard to get along with, which means that the deserter quest that you get is very hard to do, because the deserter that wants to join you will be a loyalist of the Shattered Empire, and as a result of their proselytism and their loyalism, or mostly proselytism, they're very, very hard to convert. They're a pain in the butt in that way. But so the most imbalanced would be combining the human primacy, which gives you the production specialist, with supremacy, which gives you shooting and melee specialist. It also makes execution and slavery acceptable, which allows you to constantly capture people from battles and execute them for mood buffs. And then these, of course, don't, unlike Raider, which reduces your... I'm surprised by how worthless Raider is, to be honest. Raider also gives you the shooting and melee specialists, but it lowers your global work speed by 8 or 16%. Whereas supremacist doesn't really harm you at all. It's only a benefit. So there's some ideologies that are only a benefit to you, and then some ideologies that are not. Yeah. So, yeah, if I wanted to make something completely and utterly broken, it'd probably be supremacist, human primacy, collectivist, with cannibalism, with the caveat that the cannibalism requirement would be desired, not strong. That way, eating non-human meat wouldn't offend you. It just makes it cheaper to feed yourself. Basically, oh yeah, we can have like cannibal festivals and everyone will eat cannibal meat. In fact, there's even a bug, or I don't know if it's intended or not, but there's a mechanic with cannibalism where you build a giant, basically, table out of human meat when you're a cannibal, and that table never rots. So if you wanted to, even if you were a tribal cannibal, you could make your human meat never spoil, because you just build a whole bunch of those like human meat tables. They're called cannibal feast tables or whatever they're named. And you could just break them down, obviously at a loss, at like a 50% loss, but you could break them down anytime you wanted meat, or you could have your cannibal festivals. So yeah, that would probably be the strongest, because a cannibal without the strong desire for cannibalism is basically eat whatever you want, you kill everything instantly, you build unbelievably wealthy stuff, and the collectivism is, for work drive. And if not collectivism, replace it with proselytizing so that you could convert people that you want more easily. So that would be, I would say, like the S tier. And I've been thinking about putting together like a YouTube video that breaks all of it down. And maybe I even put it in like tiers like that. I haven't decided that yet, but that seems pretty reasonable to me. Yeah, the only thing bad about supremacist is bad relations with other factions. The thing is, when you're a supremacist, you don't care about relations with other factions. You just murder them all. You just completely murder them all. All right, so taking a look here, I have some... let me focus briefly on the Grove here, because it looks like a lot of the stuff that I've been waiting to dry out has dried out. And then I will focus on sort of a kill box. Oh no, I don't even want that. Sort of a kill box design, so that we can protect our own appropriately. Oh, this one's done. No, is it? Yeah, this one's done. All right. I really got into the code? Yeah, I mean, I always do. For the games I care most about, I usually dig pretty deeply into the code and figure out what's what. And that's something I've been doing my whole life. Like, even when I was a really little kid playing, like, the original SimCities, I'd be like, all right, let me try to, like, min-max everything. I just have, like, a min-maxing brain, and I approach everything like a min-maxer, so that's just who I am. And I can't help it, for better or for worse. Hey, steel that's actually convenient. Awesome. So that's our second steel node that is close by. I'm going to have Gray just keep cranking out on the ground penetrating scanner to try to hopefully find other things. I'd even be amenable to setting up a second scanner, so that we can get some real resources. All right. I did mention that I wanted to drain this part of the swamp, so I'm going to build the bridges that will allow me to do that. I will also do that here. Now that I have some components, and I can always steal more components from unwilling neighbors, what I will do is just put a whole lot of these to drain, so I don't have to wait forever to get rid of this swamp stuff. So that's a whole lot of moisture pumps, but as long as the power grid can supply it, I don't care. Have something beautiful to show at the result of it. If you have any other questions about ideology that you want to ask, feel absolutely free to ask. I will try to answer the best I can. I can't say that I spend a ton of time digging through the code, but I have spent some time, and given that knowledge, I might be able to share with you all some nuggets of information that you otherwise wouldn't have gleaned. Let me try to get rid of these corpses. Now the plan is to build a wall from here, like this. Let me paint it for you, or plan it for you. So this is very, very crude. It's not exactly the dimensions, but something like that. So that the only way to get into the center of the base is through this marsh, which should dramatically improve my chances against larger raids. Oh, cargo pods in my front yard of silver. Randy is about to murder me. If I know anything, Randy is about to murder me. Okay, everything is within the zone. The other thing I should do is start to work on the northern border wall here, to wall this entirely in, so that the grove is actually protected, and it will be a good place to keep a pen for animals and all that jazz. And it looks like Mara's helping me build. Now my real worry is the power drain on adding all of these additional wind turbines, but it might be possible to sort of fit additional turbine. Like, I could fit a turbine here, obviously, or a few of them. Maybe not that close to the Gauranlen tree, but no, actually not even that close to the Gauranlen tree. I could put one here or something. I don't know. This is also fertile soil, so I probably don't want to do that, because if I ever want a Devil Strand farm there, that would be working against that. Have I ever tried a Nomad playthrough? Yes, but never on stream. I would also mention, I went on a little bit of a rant yesterday about how absolutely disgustingly impossible a Nomad playthrough would be now. Not in difficulty so much as in pure frustration, because of the way all of the caravanning animals now require pens. If you try a Nomad series, you're going to be smashing your head against the screen, because constantly having to set up new pens every like 10 minutes when you're nomadic to accommodate your caravan animals. I do like the benefit of like horses or other caravan animals dramatically improving your movement speed across land, but the penalties of them always needing a pen is kind of ridiculous. Elephant Nomad is the only option. Yeah, seems to be. And elephants are pretty hard to feed. So if you're an elephant nomad going through the desert or arid shrubland or extreme desert or tundra, or, you would definitely struggle to feed for sure. How should I set up my grove best with Anima Gauranlen? So the Anima tree will usually have a radius of, if you figure that you grow 20 grass, you probably want at least a 5x5 around the tree itself. The Gauranlen trees don't really care so much about proximity. Whether you have moss or not doesn't actually affect the tree. All the moss does is make it really beautiful, which helps your tree pruners to be in a beautiful environment. That's sort of what it does and how it works. So probably the best way to set up your anima tree is to put Gauranlen trees. As you can see here, this moss is about a 7 radius, but that's also because I have hex tiles here as a natural fire break. But I would say putting your Gauranlen trees close to your anima trees, so that the people that pray at the anima tree are benefited by the moss of the Gauranlen trees. That means that your prayer site for the anima tree, if you're trying to grow anima grass, is going to be beautiful, and people are going to suffer less mood penalties being out there. That would be probably the best, the synergy between those two. However, don't put this so close that the anima grass has to compete with the moss. That would be bad. But there's really not a lot of synergy between those two trees. They do very different things. They're from 2 different DLCs, and they are supposed to be unrelated to one another as far as the game code is concerned. All right, we got Mara and Sed demanding age reversal soon. Man, these age reversal demands are ever increasing. I'll probably, so let's see, it's a 3x2, so if I do an age reversal here, that doesn't quite fit. I don't know, I'll figure it out. Right now, mine is 14 tiles out from center, but I would even say 12 would be best. You know, if we think about this way, here is roughly where your grass grows, and then you want a natural 3 fire break, and then you want 7 tiles. So I have mine 8 tiles out, which is probably 1 tile too many. If I could go back and move the tree, which is not possible, I would have had it be 13 tiles out or 12 tiles, somewhere between 13 and 12 tiles out. But anyone standing here is going to be affected by the eastern edge of that moss benefit. So I could also set my prey spots out further, and that would then benefit even more, as you can see. And that's actually why I deleted all the other prayer spots, so that the only prayer spots that exist are closest to the moss. So anyone trying to pray at the tree, at the anima tree, I should be descriptive here, will then, as a result, benefit from, you know, the moss stuff. All right, trying to get the swamps drained. This is going to cost me considerable components, which means that Kadath is going to have to be crafting components in a second. Is there a reason I still have my corpse fridge? No, mostly just I haven't had a place to put those corpses. It's also possible that I try to tame an Arctic wolf. This is a healthy Arctic wolf here. The thing is, I really wanted to have skip before I ever bothered to tame a wolf, because my people hate to wound wolves, the venerated animals. So if I had skip, I could try to tame the wolf without, you know, pissing it off and having it bite me. And if it did, you know, I could just skip it away so that I wouldn't violate the tenets of my religion. All right, I'm gonna have Bernona come over here, deconstruct these graves, and stick the bodies here so I can start walling up for my eventual kill box. And we have a siege from Qualm. Checking for Doomsdays and Triples. We have none. The longest range is 2 assault rifles, both bio-coated. Let's see here. I do have an antigrain warhead. If I just want to antigrain them, I probably won't. Instead, what I will do is have Aoife and Gray. Where is Aoife? Oh, at the tree. Mara's a really good shooter. So yeah, Aoife and Gray hop on these mortars. I'm going to hold fire. Maybe Sed too. No, Sed's a good shooter. Jazz is a wimp, but has a pain stopper. I don't really know. Codsworth is a pacifist, so he wouldn't do it anyway. Best case scenario. My animals are going to go into the inside. And then, Bernona, you're going to stop what you're doing and grab a sniper rifle. In fact, I'll grab the other sniper rifle as well. If I really don't want to have to deal with them, I could also just send... That's not a lot of animals. Never mind. Is there shooting skill for mortars? No. None. None at all. Alright, so my good shooters are these guys. Let me rally them. Mara's going to grab a sniper rifle. Bernona's going to grab a sniper rifle. I'm also probably going to have Mara and Bernona have a backup weapon. So I'm going to caravan them so that I can switch. Alright, Aoife and Kadath are going to man the mortars instead. Alright, Sed, Mars coming in, equip that. Renona's coming in, equip this. Also for security, I will equip these shock lance. Yeah, it'd be interesting if gunlinks could improve mortars, but nothing improves mortars. That's just been a, like, rule of RimWorld forever. You know, mortars are mortars, and there's nothing that ever benefits them. All right, then Bernona is going to load her assault rifle so they have backup weapons. I don't think I'm going to need the pulsar. It's a bit extreme. And let's get down there. So the idea is to try to break their formation with my mortars for them to come at me and then have my 5 shooters do the shooting. Is the accuracy of mortars terrible? Well, it has improved in 1.3 if you have the new mortar mechanics, but they're still pretty bad. However, I will be using incendiary rounds. Whoa! Shield! Alright, we'll put the pink luck on. Oh my goodness. This is the month. Thank you, Shield. Cheers. I should get my shield mug. Alright, they have shells down. 12 explosive shells, so I definitely want to hit those quick. We'll aim for them. I wish there was a hotkey for the ability to aim at ground. I hate when there's people in the way and it's just like, oh, you want to aim at the people? People? It's like, no, I don't. I really don't. Stop making me aim at the people. No shield mug for you today? Yeah, that's something that I've sorely neglected, and there is a lot of people in this community that fully deserve to be in the loyalty program. Well, I guess we already launched first volley. I don't see it. Really? Were you guys manning the mortars with no shells? Oh no, we hit. Got a whole bunch of them burned. Matt, thanks for all the bits as well. And Hillary for the resub. A happy 2 years. My goodness, so long. All right, could one of the people that are on fire run right over to the shells? Because that would be awesome. God, these age reversals are going to drive me crazy. Everyone wants to be in the Biosculpt pod. It's actually one of the disadvantages with transhumanists. All the things that are added in for transhumanists are really, really cool, but they're constantly pissed off that they're not getting what they want, right? So satisfying transhumanists it's annoying. All right, so that was last shell and last shell. The other thing I could do is machine some up. Unfortunately, I don't have mortar research. That's not going to help me. I can only make fire foam. I'll have to do. Another thing that I could do is Aoife could come down here with an assault rifle or something, because she has the combat command. So I'm gonna have her grab frag grenades and come down with combat command. Try to make me more accurate. That's another thing, is if you're mixing combat command with the shooting specialist, it is so ridiculously strong. It's obscene. I love it, but it's obscene. Okay, they're all misses. What I'll be trying to do is wound the ones that are most dangerous, the ones that are in marine or recon armor. And then just stand here at the ready. I can already hear them arming that mortar. I'm gonna have to push in. I'm a little worried about my base getting shelled. One of the problems of living on a map tile this large, let's go for the base, is trying to get to siegers is difficult. It takes a while. Oh, Codsworth. Oh, man. So close. So very close. All right, well, I'm not going to repair that right now. I have better things to do, but whew. All right, so I did mention this tactic before, but in my opinion, unless you are in a time crunch, the best thing that you could do is to spread the damage around to as many targets as you can, so that when they do assault you, they're all wounded and bleeding, rather than kill off a few. Because as soon as you kill one or two, they'll assault you. And, yeah, there we go. We killed one, now they're assaulting. It's stronger if you wound a whole bunch of them and then cause them to assault, killing one, rather than if you just kill one outright. And, all right, so now we're switching over to our weapons. Aoife, come join us. I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say. Here, this is the best I can do. For YouTube, if you don't know what's happening because you weren't part of chat, my live audience has decided to be the most generous audience anyone could ever deserve, and I have like twice as many subs as I've ever had in my life. And it's much thanks to some unbelievable donors. So cheers to all of you and to the months to come. Yet another, oh my god. Oh my, all right, Kelly. It's too much. It's far too much. What can I even say? Moles, Raptor Talon, would you kindly watch? Guero, Kellyan, Shield. It's just, it is far too generous for someone that just farts around on RimWorld. I think everybody is a sub now. There's going to be a new thread on Reddit of like, who is this Rhadamant guy and why am I subbed to him? And I'm going to have to explain, oh yeah, it's because, you know, I got so many gifted out subs that there was no one left on Twitch to receive them that ever watched me. So here you are. You deserve the love? Well, thank you. You all deserve the love too. Let's give the love to these raiders here. I should probably be aware of the dangerous ones. Let me pay attention for just 1 second. So Hodges, Sissy have assault rifles, and then there was one other assault rifle person, and I've no. Oh, here they are. Callie. Nope, that's a combat shotgun. Was it the per? No. Wow, we shot their head off. That is nasty. Phoenix, Camasia, Fabi. So much happening there. Is this the highest hype train I've ever had? I think it might be. I like this guy. He's cutting this tree down because this tree is where the barricades want to go. So he has decided that his task in this siege is to hang back as a defector. Okay, never mind. I fully understand now. He is like, you know, I'm not with those guys. All right, over here, let's fall back. Now, I also wanted to note that we are looking to add medics and planters because we don't have any. I let my medic turn into, well, I snapped her. I Thanos snapped my medic, and I feel real bad about that. And it looks to me as if there is not a medic. I haven't been looking at plants though. So let me look at plants. Nope. Oh, yes. Sissy would be a good plant worker. Very good plant worker, being psychically sensitive, praying at the tree would be a good thing. Raptor Talon, thank you for even more gifted subs. Enjoy your family reunion, Kadath. Hats off to you. Who was before Sissy? Min? Min here is incapable of dumb labor, cleaning, mining, hauling, plant work. Just a lot of art and social. And these are all Krishna's army. In fact, one of the things that you could check here is if we take a look at some of our guys, we can see what they were previous before they converted. I used to be able to see that. I don't know where that went. Thank you, Raptor, yet again. Holy cow. Keeping me on my toes. Gotta hit that 500%. We've hit it. We've passed it. It is record. One for the record books. All right, let's check them again. So we've got Note, Don't Care, Pyromaniac, another Pyromaniac, Slothful. Believe Slothful is against our rules as well. Hey, I found Waldo. Waldo would be okay. A little volatile, but that's fine. Volatile actually makes them easier to convert. So that's helpful. And he's body modder, so that kind of fits in. So maybe Waldo. And then Sissy. And that would be about it. All right. When am I going to be in range? I got to keep out of the range of that combat shotgun. Sorry, lover. Too bad you can't have striped clothing. Oh, wait. What? Why? Why? I'm currently fighting someone. Randy, one at a time now. Why? So they're clever. Well, I'm cleverer. Except for I'm about to get combat shotgunned. Move. So what I want to do is I want to lure... Here, I'm going to have to just smoke this dude. Yep. Go away. Oh, don't shoot me. Ow! All right, Jazz, you go. All right, I want to try to lure this raid. Oh, I don't know if I can. Bernona can. I don't think anyone else can. I wanted to pit them against the mechs if possible, but they seem to just be chasing me. Hey, everyone, chase Bernona. She's single, looking to mingle. Get over here. No, I can't. They're disagreeable. They already have their breacher going full tilt. Gray, hold the door open for Jazz. At least Jazz doesn't feel it. Oh, he got chain shotgunned in the heart. Close the door, close the door. Kadath, you stay here for, obvious reasons. Are they gonna take the bait? No, only Numata. Because they're just gonna go around. So I can play with that. The problem is Jazz, you get yourself into this little airlock and protected. And then Night Knave. Sorry, this sucks. But Night Knave the 6th, 5th, something like that. You get into that little airlock and get yourself protected. It's not much, but it's something. But you do have to move because you're gonna die. You're gonna die. You are going to die if you do not move. You are going to. Forget. I'm not even gonna bother messing with the Dryads anymore. They're so ridiculously frustrating. Bye, Night Knave, the 5th. At this point, I'm just gonna retire the name Night Knave. Just fall over, Night Knave. Unfortunately, these raiders are deciding to just light... Yep, you're dead. Deciding to light everything on fire instead of fight the mechs, so I guess I'm just gonna have to kill both. I was trying to be productive and have each group pit against one another, but that's just not gonna happen. Hey, Jazz, you can help. Let's see. Aoife, don't fire at will. Ow. We are going, oh god, they're just gonna, this breacher's gonna go straight through my walls. Thanks for all the fire. Codsworth, you're out in 8 hours. Okay. They're going through the mountain? Alright. Less mining for me. Alright, let's continue to clear them out. Toby was not one of the ones we wanted. Nope. Lover was not one of the ones we wanted. And now they're fleeing. Namada was, again, not one of the ones we wanted. Codsworth, I'm going to interrupt your cycle. Have you fix the power grid here. And you are going to demand age reversal in 5 hours. So we're going to see what the age reversal penalties are. Is there a possibility of getting Sissy? Yes, possibly. Andrews, no, don't bash my door. That's just a rude neighbor thing to do. Alright, Kadath, have you tend to some people? Yeah, they're going through the walls. They're going through the doors and stuff. Codsworth, actually, yeah, put that tree up. That's fine. Alright, did we get Sissy? Where is Sissy? Sissy's down there. We did not get Sissy. We killed some random housewife. Yeah, the... oh, he's bile sculpt vomiting. Yeah, he's not going to be able to do very much. Wait, oh, Toby got back up. Nope. Thanks, Codsworth. You are just the best firefighter. You let everything get broken. If I could fire you with a bullet to the brain, I might. I shouldn't have tried to kite these guys. I should have just fought them outright. Lear is not someone we want. And Hodges, not someone we want. Move it, Cods. You've got one job. All right, let's take cover behind chunks for our health. Mara is getting beamed. Bernona. That's enough out of you. Sorry, tree. I apologize. And Gray is decapitated. From a pikeman, I'm assuming? Yeah. Just wasn't well set up for this fight. Randy's like, ha! Do both! And I'm like, no, I can't. I don't have the manpower for that. And there goes our researcher. This Scyther is taking a record-breaking amount of shots to take down. There we go. No, stop shooting at Lear. No one cares about Lear. Lear is not going to be the problem here. Come on. Alright, Mara. Just a wound. Stop shooting at Lear. What is your damn problem? I keep telling you to shoot at the enemies and you keep shooting at the Fleer. Jesus. I also don't know why Kadath was just standing there not shooting at anyone. That makes the least sense. I had him drafted and standing and he was just like, I'm just gonna stand here on guard, right? Oh my god. Please fight. Please. There's one left. That's all I ask. Oh, Lord. Okay, well, we're alive. Just barely, with yet another decapitated. That seems to be a theme. Another decapitated ally. If I didn't have doctors before, I have even fewer now. Kadath, I guess it's you? And maybe Codsworth, who I should check in on. Thanks, Cods. Alright, well, I'm clearly going to have to go steal some components sometime in the near future. Bernona, you're the only one... I like how the... Okay, we should probably kill this Lancer before it gets back up. Well, thank you for the automatic mining. Much appreciated. And then I think I'm just going to have everyone patch everyone up. So Kadath, who is most in danger? Probably Sed. You patch Sed. Aoife, you patch Jazz. So in this instance, just get it. It's hard to tell if a helmet would have helped. We've been at a severe lack of plasteel, but maybe I start making these steel helmets as a stopgap. And Aoife decides, dear leader, decides to just stop. Okay, well, I hope you don't bleed out, because I'm not about to arrest you. Yo, Codsworth, you're changing your hat in the middle of a giant base fire. I swear, pacifists are the worst. I caught him going, base is on fire. I could use a new toque. I don't know what to say about that. Alright, Bernona, quick caravan forming. And let's work on that kill box. I wanted to play this without a kill box, but clearly that is going to be impossible. So, let's work on that kill box so that we can survive. So is everyone patched up here? Yes. Mostly. Yes. And Aoife. Which now I can draft, patch. Alright. Oh, man. And said, binging on go juice. How much go juice do I even have? 2? Alright, binge away. Not a whole lot of go juice for you to binge on. Alright, fires are out. And we bury yet another. Let's go ahead and do lavish meals, because I think we're going to need it. No, I'm not accepting some mech menace massacre with an EMI dynamo. Forget it. Forget it. The other thing I'm gonna probably need to do is to we have a lot of rice, so I'm turning all this off to conserve power, because we're gonna have a huge power shortage until we get our until we get our power grid back up and running. I want the I want to try to have the moisture pumps continue running if possible. And let's get all this off too. All right, let's clear all this out. Said, are you gonna OD? Oh, you haven't even taken any go juice yet. Well, maybe I could stop you. You know, Bernona loaded up, because that is battle drugs that we want. Okay, it's loaded away. Said should no D. Even 2 doses of it can get you killed. So here we have, okay, here we have Codsworth with a -4 for harmful aging. He's pissed that I didn't let him complete his cycle. I should have. In hindsight, I really should have, because it's not like he contributed anything to the firefighting. Basically, everything that was set on fire burned to the ground. Some of it, of course, is my micromanagement, but I would also like to blame him for doing approximately nothing. All right, Bernona is going to get some of the cables back on for what little remains of her power grid, and then that is going to be a priority to rebuild. So we have, what do we have? We have a geothermal generator and the solar, eastern solar, and 2 wind turbines. We lost 4 turbines and 3 solar. It's going to be a lot of material to replace. All right, Bernona going for recreation. I'm not going to stop that. Once Bernona recreates, I guess Kadath. Once Bernona recreates, I will have her make the sarcophagus. So this is a torso infection. Definitely one of the more dangerous ones, because there's no, you can't remove a torso. I mean, you can, but it's kind of fatal when you do. He's worth about a cod's worth of help. Did they break my door? I guess they did. Okay. All right. Let's preach health to Aoife once she is not mentally broken, and try to accelerate that. All of the plants died off because the benches were turned off. I think that's still the right play. I have enough rice that we can start to rebuild our power grid with Kadath. Once Kadath is up, I'm actually going to remove bed rest for everyone except for Aoife, who's infected. And Aoife's not even bed resting anyway because she's insane. And remove the super cleaning. Alright, so here's Bernona. We're loading her locust armor. And let's get work on the sarcophagus. I'm also going to stop the ground pen scanning because that's a lot of wattage, and the electric stove, again, a lot of wattage. Jazz got tattered apparel during that of a shirt. And Kadath is already making components to try to get our power grid back up and running. All right, let's bury Gray before Gray gets eaten by any additional anyone. In Codsworth, if you want... What is my power at? Yeah, we're barely powering things on. So I'm going to not start the hydroponics yet. Is Bernona immortal or just lucky? She might have been shot at, but it would have pinged off of her armor, perhaps. It's hard to tell whether she was not shot at or if it deflected. I'd have to play it back in slow-mo. But it does make sense that the person who's best armored would also not take damage. Alright, and... Oh, you know, Aoife's not, I have to wait until Aoife's not broken. Her infection is keeping up, though. Kamarov thanking me. Okay. Side Trainer Berserk. That's a pretty awesome Side Trainer. I don't have a Psi for that trainer. But perhaps I try to push for one? That is a gift. Alright, Kadath. Tend to Aoife. I like this drafted tending, so that you can tend to people that are psychically broken. Even, yeah. It's kind of nice. Alright, so before I throw Codsworth back into the de-ager, into the biosculptor, he needs to get the Gauranlen tree pushed high up from what it currently is, so that I don't despawn more. And, you know, actually, hold on. No, it doesn't even matter. This Dryad, because stupid Night Knave the 5th, you know, committed suicide, so it really doesn't even matter. I can probably just ignore that. I think something useful for us to do, once people are a little bit more recovered and once Aoife is with us, is to do a Drum Gauranlen's Bond ceremony to try to recruit people. But of course, I guess that is what, on cooldown. That's unfortunate. A leader speech isn't, so maybe when... No, that looks to be on cooldown too. Never mind, I take everything back. How's my power? Alright, Aoife is no longer psychotic. Get into the bed. And Mara, preach health. Oh, wake up. Mara, preach health. And probably switch weapons to the good chain combat shotgun. Alright, that should help a lot. So taking a look now, it's 44 to 44, and I bet we fly past and we end up okay. Why are we... Oh, these are Raider simple meals. They don't have ingredients, so that's where they came from. All right, Jazz is fully healed. I guess we got enough plasteel killing those mechs to build the turret, which is interesting. So Kadath is going to shred mechs. Bernona's trying to get the power grid back so that I can start farming again. It's one turbine. Pet hauls. I don't have a pet to haul. I have an immature dryad that isn't spawned yet, and then I have an unbound tree because I don't have a plant plant skill person to bind to that tree yet. So, as much as I would like their help, they aren't going to be of much help. Well, that definitely messes with my plans. Having gray dye and everyone injured to make it much harder for me to wall up. But I mean, that's only my fault. My fault was that I tried to roleplay a little bit too hard and didn't go defenses like I should. Would a long-range scanner help get plasteel because the map's so big? Yes, it would. Absolutely. At this very moment, it's about trying to get the power grid back. But then once the power grid's back, that and then doing the village raids would be helpful. Of course, I'm adding things to my power requirements. So let's see here. I'm going to put a dumping stockpile here so I can get rid of these corpses, because these corpses are inevitably going to cause a bit of a mood for the people here. I think that's all of them. All right, Mara's fully healed. If we take a look at Aoife, 91 to 78. Yes, like I said, she would fly past because of the preach health and the hospital bed and all that. And we have a visitor from the kinship. Oh, nope. Sorry, there was more. There was more. I'll dump them here. Thank you for watching The Keepers of the Gauranlen Grove, which originally aired live on Twitch July 31st, playing version 1.3.3076. If you have any feedback for me, let me know in the comments below. But please keep in mind that the series has since ended. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams, as well as links to Twitch and Discord. On Discord, you can sign up for announcements for Twitch, and on Twitch, you can follow and sign up for the notifications. Thank you all for watching. I'll catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell.